Here today with Joni Youngins Herzog, phenomenal sculpture presented to us on our sculpture trail here in the town of Clayton. Johnny, welcome so much to Clayton. Thank you for this phenomenal piece. Our town is going to be so excited to be able to come and see this firsthand. So basically, I'd just like to ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself to start off with.
I spent a lot of time in Florida, which was one of my favorite places, and I still draw a lot of inspiration on some of the things that I saw in Florida. And this is all about Florida. This is an homage. It's a little tongue-in-cheek, but it's also nostalgia. Her name is Floramingo. Pretty straightforward inspiration, the plants of Florida, plus the fauna, plus Florida, period. And everybody loves to go to Florida. When I was a kid, one of my favorite places was to go visit my grandparents in Florida. One of my favorite things about Florida is the lotto signs everywhere. And my least favorite thing about Florida is the debris of the lottery tickets on the side of the road where somebody goes, buys it, doesn't win, and they throw it on the street. So every day I would walk and I would see the lotto Flamingo up here on the billboards and the debris on the ground, and I'm like, there's something there, something clicking. I need a surface. I've worked with the surface for a while, and I said, I want to wallpaper this with lotto stickers. And so I did. I went to the gas station down the street and I gave them a $100 bill and I'm like, I want 100 lotto stickers. So I went to a friend of mine and got some vinyl stickers and started working with them as stickers. And then of course I had to throw in the fishnet pantyhose. Florida kind of has a seedy underbelly and you have to look for it sometimes, and other times you don't have to look for it. So
yes,
mixed in with the lottery and the people and the beauty and the bizarre animals and the beautiful plants. So that's kind of how I work. So things stew around and then they come out in a very strange gumbo.
that is so awesome. That is true artistry in my opinion.
So I had made the legs for my thesis out of these giant pieces of styrofoam buoys, covered them with joint compound, and went through a very labor-intensive mold making process to produce 8 beautiful legs.
Wow.
And I wanted them to be bigger than life, so they're all 7 feet tall. This is a piece that took kind of years to resolve. Had a lot of failures. Sometimes when you work with clay and it's too big, it breaks from its own weight. So then I took a mold off of the clay, made it bigger, and then redid it. So it's fiberglass Bondo fabric that's soaked with resin and paint. It's a mishmash of materials, and I love materials. But one of my favorites are the fake Prada shoes with the red epoxy paint and the copper pennies. And there's kind of stories behind everything here. I was able to get a really nice studio facility, but part of the deal was I had to clean the stuff that was left behind. And behind there was 20 storage units of people's stuff that they abandoned. And one of the weird things that filtered to the bottom of all this stuff were pennies. And most of them had corroded from the batteries that they were stored with. So I took my pennies to the bank one day and they're like, oh no, we can't give you money for that. We can't give that to customers. And I'm like, I'm gonna use these pennies. So I had this giant bucket and I decided I would penny tile the whole thing. But to be honest, I got exhausted. Yes. I gave it up for the Prada shoes.
Well, it's just a stunning piece. It is quite the conversation piece, and I don't want you to miss that. We have a lot of young artists in Clayton, and I'm just wondering if you would offer them some words of wisdom or encouragement as they begin their journey.
I think the best thing for a young artist is stay inspired, keep your heart in it. You're gonna be told no a lot. I got told no 50 times this year. I got told yes 4 times. Fight for what you want, keep going until you get it the way you want it. And if you don't like it, don't be afraid to take a hammer to it. Start over.
Wonderful. Johnny, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This is a wonderful sculpture piece. It's going to be one thing to view it on the website or on social media, but honestly, everybody, you just got to come downtown and see this. It's amazing.